In Miraculous, all the cast received a redesign and a new character model. Some are better, but some are worse. This was my inspiration for the video. So, in this video, I'm going to try and reimagine a new design for Adrien Agreste from Miraculous, Ladybug and Cat Noir. I am Crowdandmind and let's begin the video, but after the intro, of course. In my opinion, Adrien should have got a new outfit because it's outdated and doesn't scream fashion or a very famous model at all. I believe if you clicked on this video, then you probably know Adrien, so I'm not going to explain that to you. I don't want to tell you something that you're already aware of, probably more than I do. Since I had more ideas for his Cat Noir design, I did that drawing first. However, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to draw his regular design. Cat Noir is Ladybug's right hand and supporter. But I believe that they should have a different relationship dynamic between the two of them, because the power imbalance is pretty noticeable here. Ladybug's Kwame has the power of creation, but she can destroy akumatized props, clean the akumas or the butterflies, and this is the part that only she can do. And finally, she can replay all the events that happened in the episodes, resurrect dead citizens, and everything looks the same as before, which is an overpowered ability. The Ladybug and the Cat Akuma are supposed to be the two strongest powers and bring balance to each other. So, to make this sentence true, I want to buff Cat Noir and nerf Ladybug. In my rewrite, Cat Noir is the only one who can destroy akumatized objects and delete the tiny replay thing that Ladybug has. I think it would be better for their character growth, and story-wise it can create some interesting scenarios. If there are consequences to their fighting style, then they must fight carefully and keep the citizens safe. There could be a story where they weren't too cautious and a part of Paris got severely destroyed, and it was all their fault, cause they weren't too careful, and that made them learn to prioritize the city and its people, and to think differently. Also, it will make them more complex heroes rather than two goody two-shoes. And the dynamic between the duo should also change a bit. Ladybug can be quite bossy, and Adrien being so submissive doesn't help. Maybe they can have fights, arguments where they go on a separate route and realize that they need to work as a team to defeat the antagonist. And sometimes I would love to see Cat Noir make plans and not just follow Ladybug's ones. Since they are pretty different people, I think they should have two different planning and fighting styles. Ladybug is more logical, observer kind of a person, but I think there should be some scenes where it backfires on her and she needs to listen to Cat Noir's more simple strategies to defeat evil. Cat Noir's design is the better category. I really enjoyed that they went for a spikier hairstyle on him. As you can see from my redesign, I kept that part. For his outfit, full black suit, which kinda resembles Catwoman to be honest. It sure looks good on a 3D model, but with 2D art, it is hard to show the depth of the detail with the same colors. And to be honest, I thought that he should have more green in his design. It greatly pops in his eyes, so why not make some of the things green? So, I made some of the details on his outfit green. Some of them are darker shades though. I think that bright green wouldn't necessarily look great in a lot of places. His original design had his shoes to look like kitten paws, so I replicated that. but he now wears boots as his footwear. The most unique and interesting thing in his whole design is definitely his belt. It surely looks great. Looks like a cattail, so I would be a moron to get rid of that design element. Other than these things, I did give some bonus stuff to his suit. For example, he has an asymmetrical shoulder thing on him, which kinda replicates his free earth style, since he is not controlled by his father, but I'm going to get in more detail when I talk about his everyday look. I also gave 2 stereotypical icons that resemble cats. The kitten paw was just perfect for him. I will never miss out on this opportunity. And on his shoulder, he has some green scars. I wasn't thinking about this when I draw him, but he kinda gives away his 2 personalities. I mean, he is kinda naive, cannot hurt a single fly. This resembles the cat paw, and the scars resembles his more creepy and toxic side as well, which I'm also going to talk about in the next paragraph. If you enjoyed this video, I would recommend you to subscribe to my channel. It costs you nothing, it doesn't take too much time, and who knows, you might enjoy my other content. Thank you for listening to my promotion, but now back to the video. Personally, Cat Noir is flirtatious and loves to joke around. He is the comedic relief of the series, but I feel like nobody takes him seriously, which is bad in this case because he is supposed to be equal to Ladybug, but he follows her orders, and he also has less power than her. He is basically just her supporter in my opinion. He has feelings for Ladybug, but he can get too far away with it, and it sounds like a creep. I know a 13-14-year-old teen is supposed to be cringe, but he is not just simply cringe, he is a creep. I guess he and Marionette really made for each other, am I right? They both are weird. Ladybug told him no multiple times, and that she only sees him as a friend, which he totally understands in the episode, but in the next one he acts totally the same. I think I don't have to explain why this behavior is inappropriate. So, in my rewrite, he's still going to be a comedic relief character, but sometimes I'm going to make him someone who can be taken seriously when the time calls for it. He also shouldn't be as dumb as he currently is, and I feel like he should have more conflicts with Ladybug. She is a control freak, and he literally just does what he was told to. So I will make him a little bit fiery. The only time that he can truly be himself is when he is Cat Noir, so again, dealing with someone telling him what to do shouldn't be something that he is comfortable with, and not to this degree. I think he should act super freely and carelessly, which can make him get into trouble. But it's not like we were trying to create perfect characters, aren't we? And I think loving her, she's the only one who can he truly show himself, is a great concept, but it kinda came out of nowhere. I would rewrite the first season as like they dislike each other, they feel it's useless to work together. In the second season, or the first season finale, we could see some character growth between the 2 of the main characters. For example, they thought they could work the problem out alone, but realized that they need each other's power to succeed, since, as I mentioned earlier, they were supposed to balance each other out. I actually thought about who should I redesign first, Adrien or Marionette, but I felt like Adrien had the worst overall design, personality and traits, so I felt like he is the perfect candidate to be my first Miraculous redesign video. Now let's talk about Adrien's looks. The new redesign made him look like he was a 12 years old. He has too squishy and soft face, and it greatly reduces his looks in my opinion. His hairstyle is different than in his Cat Noir look. He combed his hair much more elegantly, but I feel like it should be more dramatic. Since he is supposed to be pretty perfect boy, I thought that this curtain bangs haircut would fit him the best, and I feel like it was important to get his hair length right. I know that during the transition their hair length can vary, but I really wanted to work with what we've got. He is a fashionista, so of course he needs to have a style that he works in, so I chose him the preppy look. And to make his outfit more unique, I made his jacket into a sweater and he tied it together asymmetrically. For the colors, I actually had a hard time working with them. In my redesign, he kinda resembled Fred from Scooby-Doo a little bit too much, so I slightly changed his color theme, hoping you're not going to be mad at me that much. With our jewelry, I cannot imagine his dad, Gabriel, letting him go to school. Story-wise, he is the second protagonist in the series. He is super ignorant when it comes to Marionette's obvious crush on him. Seriously, I get that the story is supposed to be for kids, but showing them that it's okay to stalk someone is pretty problematic in my eyes. But I'll talk about Marionette if you guys like these kind of videos. He also has a best friend, Nino, and the whole class likes him. In the first episode, I would write about him being disliked by everyone, since they know how Chloe can act and how much of an annoyance she is, and they know that Adrien is a famous model, so they think that they have very similar personalities, and they judge the book by its cover, but later in that episode they realize that he is a good guy at heart. Or he could be more of an awkward kid that people seem to be weirded out, but grew to like him. Also, there should have been an episode where he talks about his father going to the public school before the first episode. A highly ranked family would probably dislike public school and would hire teachers to further develop their children's studies, but if I'm wrong, and there was an episode for it, I'm so sorry for my ignorance. Character is so good. There is a lot of potential to make his character one of the best characters in the whole media, but nope, he's simply not good. Spoiler alert for season 5, so if you haven't watched the whole season yet, then I recommend you to skip this into this timeline that you can currently see. So, basically, the villain of Miraculous, Ladybug and Cat Noir, Hawkmoth, sacrifices himself for someone and he passes away. Since Hawkmoth is Adrien's dad, it affects him mentally. I mean, both his parents died, and yet you couldn't get out a single emotion from this guy. But after at least 5 seasons, he and Ladybug got together, and that is the only personality he has now. He is the definition of a Mary Sue character. He is literally perfect and a dream boy to every girl from their school. His personality is also pretty lackluster. He is the definition of a Mary Sue character. He is literally perfect and a dream boy to every girl from their school. He is the love interest of Marinette, but in this case, Marinette is the one who likes him, but he literally doesn't care or that is oblivious to him. He can be a little too trusting of other people and naive, but I like that he has some negative traits than being a perfect boy. Nobody likes Mary Sue characters, otherwise they become boring really fast. One thing that I really don't understand about the writing of the show is that his Cat Noir side never showed any way. He never makes any jokes, never slipped a single word about the events that happened during the fight, and he is literally a different person. In the episodes, there were two girls who fought each other for his love, but he still didn't grow out a backbone or cared about any one of them. He simply just goes with the flow and doesn't have any opinion on anything. So I think they should give Adrien a little bit more taste and more spices, but we need to work what we've got. Here is my 2 designs for Adrien. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I was Mind, and I'll see you all in the next one. I hope my sick voice wasn't too noticeable for you guys. I'll see you all in the next one, but until then, have a great time, go for a walk, drink some water, and goodbye.